starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to the Kryptonite Show. Your host Superman in the house, and I've almost got a Superman curl in there today. Well, no, not quite, but this is the way it goes. Now, don't forget to share the show on X. So let's share that around, bam, and get it out there. We've got a huge show today, huge show today. So it's going to be a lot of fun. So definitely get in there and go on X and repost. If you're on YouTube, don't forget to smash the subscribe button as well. And get into the chat. That's how we like it. And let's go. We got Q Baller in nice and early. Morning all. Good to see you, Q Baller. Big shout out and welcome to the chat. That's the way you do it. So yeah, what are we going to talk about? A few things here. We're going to get into, let's see, what are we talking about? We're talking about a lot of stuff. Bank interest, Reserve Bank interest rate cuts today, 25 basis points. We're going to get into that. Bullish for the Q4. And it's quite a cool that we've kind of got a demure opening to that in the markets. And PulseChain tablets for sale on eBay. What the heck? First type tablet apparently online. It's a ridiculous price for it. The bidding, it's probably worth about $2, maybe $15 of shipping and delivery. And it's currently on for an insane price right now. But marketed as the first one online, but it's a crazy price right now. How high will the silly price get? We'll know. We'll find out. We're going to check it out. Gladiator games on PulseChain. We've just got a first real true wave of gaming on PulseChain, and it's only just taking off, and Gladiator games is leading the way. It is pretty crazy. You can play it pretty much full game already, and it's just getting bigger and bigger from Gladiator games. Now, Mafia's out there, of course, but it hasn't gone to full game yet, is it? Because people won't be able to kill each other yet. Although I'm sure it's coming up pretty soon. But Gladiator Games is already taking the market by storm, and it is trending number one. So on the world's top Web3 gaming site. So we're gonna check that out too. That is coming up. So Gladiator Games, of course, we've been covering that early. And the good old Rome token. If you're picking up Rome token, I'd probably pick up some now. It's looking pretty tasty for the bull market there for Gladiator Games. And of course, we're going to get into what else? Hog. Hog is out. So Heart with Dog with Pulse of the Fallen anime series on PulseChain. The final two chapters, chapter 13 and 14. Chapter 13 is out today, and that's for Hog. Of course, Hog has got a rematch with Colin McGregor. What will happen over these two chapters? And that has just gone out today. So we're going to quickly look at that as well. And I think we've got a few other items on the list as well as PulseChain markets. And we're actually going to cover Hex again today, which will be pretty fun too. As you guys know, it's pretty much covering Hex every single day. But then, Crispy Man came along and started doing deep dives. So I thought, let him get onto that, and I'll do more multi crypto coverage, as you guys know. We got Mu Yang in the house there. Mu Yang reposted the stream. A big shout out for that. And thank you so much. So I appreciate that a lot. Nice. All right, there's the show link there. Share it out, folks. Let's get the show humming. Let's get the show on fire. We've got some pretty big news, and you guys know the Kryptonite Show is one of the two large daily PulseChain channels, along with Crypto Paradise, that is covering PulseChain on a daily basis, and we are loving it. We go down to the deep dive. We go into the nitty gritty, as you say, which is a great dance, by the way. Check it out on YouTube, and it's going to be a lot of fun. All right, so without further ado, let's get into the stock market results and interest rate cuts. This was the big news overnight, so let's talk about that. And we can see at the moment, we have the stock market there, 500. It ends lower as Fed rate cut outlook meets expectations. So we're going to talk about what that actually means. We had the Dow Jones up 0.6%, really good move there, 260 points to 46,000 on the index, and that is for Wednesday's results in the US. We got the Nasdaq, S&P 500 down 0.1%, 6 points to 6,600 exactly. And then we got Nasdaq there down to 30%, 72 points to 22,261, with all the tech companies in the AI theme in there. So that is the results. Bit of a mixed results amongst the indices, but probably a good result given the interest rate cuts were where they are. So we're going to talk about that in a minute. Dollar index at the moment is 96.63, so definitely on the low side. And remember, it was 108 when Trump came into power. We got West Texas at the moment, $64 for a barrel. Brent oil at just below $68 a barrel, so about $4 difference between those two. There are gold right now, 3,700 on gold. OMG. Let's have a look at that, because gold on the tier, isn't it? Is at pretty just off the all-time highs. I mean, we're basically at all-time highs of gold, 3,700. We're just slightly off it at the moment. That's pretty crazy. Silver as well, $42.14, just off the all-time, or local highs, I should say. Obviously, about $48.30 or something is the all-time high. So that is where we are with commodities. Let's go into the interest rate cuts. The Federal Reserve lowered interest rates by 1/4 percentage point, or 25 basis points, on Wednesday for the first time in 9 months. Can you believe it? Unbelievably stupid by the Federal Reserve. Absolutely stupid, I'm telling you. Really crazy. These guys are clowns. But anyway, we've got 25 basis points. Finally got a rate cut. Sees the need for 2 more rate cuts this year as worries of softening in the labour market. So we're going to get 75 basis points, or 3/4 percentage point at the moment. So we started at 4.5. That would get us down to 3.75. Remember, inflation's around about 2.8, 2.9. So we're way higher than inflation. That's not generally a good rule of thumb. We should generally be about a 1-to-1. And so it is still disappointing from that point of view. But, the fact that the path is starting, the market may really, really like that. And hopefully we'll get a pickup on that move. Now, inevitably, the lower interest rates are, the more people have to go for risk on to get a better return. And so as the rates do drive down into October, into the end of the year, this would drive more people on to go and get a riskier assets like stock market and, of course, crypto and commodities, right? So that's the upside. That's why we're confident about getting a lift up amongst many other variables, of course, in crypto and across the economy to actually get our big bull run and, of course, the cycle that we're in as well. So all's pretty good. So we got the interest rate cuts. That's good news. Now, Fed members also tentatively back 2 more rate cuts, as I said earlier, up from the previous forecast of 1, but support for 3 cuts is far from solid, said Morgan Stanley. The SEP, so that's basically their new forecast. I don't believe they have about, I think, 8 or 9 meetings a year. They don't always have forecasts in each of them. So just taking that into account. But the SEP forecast showed a median of 3 cuts for the year, but only just a shift of 1 voter to 2 cuts would have left the median there. The Fed's rate decision was also accompanied by fresh set projections showing the Fed members maintaining inflation and unemployment expectations for the year. So that's kind of where we are at the moment. So no hyper bullish forward forecast in terms of being above 3 rate cuts. So that is where the market is right now. And of course, you want it. You don't want it too big for the market, even though it's probably justified for the economy. But you don't want it too small. You want it just right. And probably a lot of people were keen for 50 basis points. That would have really probably spurred the market to the upside quite a lot without scaring the markets. Kind of one of these gentle things. But 25 basis points is pretty good and met market expectations. That's kind of where we are right now. All right, so that is pretty cool. The next interest rate meeting, of course, let's go have a look at that because, come around the corner. And that is October the 29th. So 5 weeks and 6 days and 17 hours to go. And at the moment, we've got 91% of the market expecting another 25 basis point cut as per the SEP indications in the Fed meeting. And that is down to 4% on the federal funds rate. So still relatively high. And so that is where the next one is. December, we've got 80% of the market expecting another 25 basis points cut as per the SEP forecast. And therefore, that would get us to 3.75. But as I say, inflation is about 2.8, 2.9. And that would still leave us, almost a percentage point above that, 90 basis points above that, which is still too high. So, but that's the way it goes. Let's have a quick look at January on a sneak peek. We've still got 43% of the market expecting another 25 basis points in January. That is part of the forecast there, I guess. And then, we've got another 25 basis points after that. So the market is, getting increasingly liking the interest rate cut down to 3.25. So 2026, that rate decrease path looks like it's set to continue at the moment. Let's sneak all the way through to April right now. We sort of peter out at 3.25 at the moment. So that is some of the new year. So Q1, we've got some potential interest rate cuts into down to 3.25. Remember, inflation's still around 2.8, 2.9. And so, whatever happens to that data with employment and inflation moving in to the months ahead is going to drive where this path actually might end up going. It's pretty bullish, really, if you think about it. I mean, it's not as fast as we would like. but still the path over the next 6 months down to 3.25%, just above where inflation is by about 35 basis points. That's, I guess not too bad, but it really needs to be faster because the impacts on the economy are always delayed and so forth. So that's a weird mark, but really good news. Low interest rates means more risk on, and that's bullish for crypto, especially leading into Q4, along with all the mega other themes that are going into crypto, as well as, of course, the Clarity Act, which hopefully will be signed before the end of the year as well. And of course, more regulatory information about what the government might do around purchasing Bitcoin, and of course, the altcoin stockpile as well. We may get some of that stuff in October, November, with the crypto report expected to come out. So there's quite a bit of news there for crypto to come from the federal. So we'll keep a lookout for that. So all right, that is where we are right now on the old big news overnight. Let's see what else we got going. Anyone the comments, get into the chat there, and of course, don't forget to share the show around. We've got great news coming out at the moment. Great news on the show today. All right. Let's jump over to where the crypto market is right now, and we'll pull that up and go full screen, I think, on that one. And let's enjoy. Let's enjoy. So we have got the total market cap right now at 4.167 trillion. That is the crypto market cap. Still a tiny little market cap in terms of the globe. That's why I said you're all here early. This is going to be absolutely re-rated big time. And we're up 0.3% right now on the crypto market cap. We've got 18,806 coins right now, which is pretty amazing. Bitcoin right now, $116,376, down 0.4% over the last 24 hours. We've got Ethereum at 4,575, up 2.4%. So we've got a nice little move now. It was a bit demure before after the interest rate cuts, but starting to move back up at 2.4%. And of course, we've got big buyers coming in, right? Big buyers coming in. Very excited about Ethereum. XRP right now, up 1.8% at $3.07. That's where XRP at the moment is. And that's on the move. We got BNB at number 5, up 3.5%, $984. OMG. Let's have a quick look at that all-time chart for BNB. That is interesting. Look at that. Woo! All-time highs, man. $1,000 is very close for BNB. $1,000 per BNB. It sounds like a rap song. I can imagine some like homie there wearing something bling blings, and $1,000 BNB is just about to hear. That'd be a good rap song. But look at that thing, man. That's crazy. Almost $1,000. That's insane in the membrane. Let's look at the last month. Look at that, folks. It's just above us. BNB is about to hit $1,000. Only $11, just less than $11, $10 away. It's crazy. It's crazy. BNB is just about there. I had to zoom in on that today because it is so close. What else we got? Number 6 is Solana, up 2.7% at $244. Doge is number 8, is up 3.8%, and then Cardano or ADA there is up 3.9%, and that has flipped Tron out, isn't it? Flipped Tron again. This battle for number 10 is pretty severe, and Tron there got pushed down, sitting there at number 11. So there we go. What else we're going to talk about here? Best performer over the last 24 hours is Doge, up 5.3%. Best performer in the top 10 over the last week is Doge again, up 16.4%, followed not too far behind by BNB, up 10.4%, and Solana 9.4% for the week. Looking at the top 100, top performers, Pump.Fund, it's been there for 2-3 days now, 47.7%. A main core there at number 2 is up 42%. Immutable as number 3 there, that's coming to the top 5, 36.8%. Doge there from the top 10 is up 16.4%, and also taking back, on the move up, really. Mantle there at number 5 is up 14.6%. Those are our top performers in the top 5 right now. And of course, interestingly enough, we've seen Monero back up there as well recently, and that's up 11.8% as well. And look, number 7 there, World Liberty Financial, WLFI. What the? Anyway, that's up 11.4% for the week. There we go, at 22 cents. $6 billion market cap right now for that. That's pretty crazy. Now, looking at the top 1,000, we've got APX, Satoshi, and Aspector. They're on the move right now, and very, very cool. Now, I'm not going to look at the top 1,000 today. Normally, I zoom in there just to see what's happening, but we're just going to move in to talk a bit more about PulseChain today. We've got trending. We've got Undead's Games, number 1, Pump Fund, and then Camino as well, trending as well. So that's our overview of the crypto market. We've got interest rate cuts today. Crypto market's starting to turn green now. Had a little bit of a pullback after the news, but now is starting to start to step up now. And so we've got 4.16 trillion on the market cap, and we've got some good moves happening with Bitcoin and Ethereum. So particularly Ethereum at the moment, which is pretty cool. Now that's going to get us into what have we got over here? We've got something else. We're going to get back in the chat there, and we've got some new comments. We got Grumpy in the house. Big shout out to Grumpy there from the good old Bria meme coin. And then, of course, Rack and Rochelle and Coinwell. That's coming up pretty fast, isn't it? The old launch there expected in Q4. I'm having a feeling. I feel like it's 1st of October. We'll see what happens. Obviously, I don't know exactly when they're going to be launching, but I'm picking 1st of October. We'll see. It could fly by, who knows? But we'll give it a go. We've got Tam Tam in the house there. A big shout out to Tam Tam. Reposted this stream. A big shout out there. Now, if you guys have seen Tam Tam out there, she's one of the top female influencers on X. And she's been doing a lot of X spaces on Hex, on the Hex series, which is really cool. And people have really been enjoying that. So if you haven't, go check that out on X space there, talking about Hex and picking off a different topic every week, which has been pretty cool. So keep up the great work, Tam Tam. You're a superstar, and everyone's really enjoying that. We got Heartwood Dog in the house, another founder in the house, guys. Good morning, friends. And Heartwood Dog, of course, I talked about this earlier in the opening. Heartwood Dog has just launched chapter 13, and we're going to actually talk about it today. That's right, Heartwood Dog. We are talking about that today because it's going to be pretty awesome. Very cool. So we'll talk about that when it comes up. Grumpy says Tam Tam faces are great. How about that? That is very nice. All right, so let's get into the next section of the show. And you guys know it. You guys know what it is. Get your bidding ready. Get your bidding ready. That's all I can say. Get your bidding ready. I'm just going to quickly check some of these things first. Yeah, here we go. I can't believe what I'm saying. I cannot believe what I'm saying. Yeah, I can. All right, let's have a look. Let's check this out. Look at this, guys. Oh my God. $565 on a bid for apparently, although I don't know if this is true, apparently PulseChain Hex mass marketing tablet, first ever on the market. I don't know. Is it truly the first? I don't know. It's saying it is the first. I've seen some other ones on the market for like $5,555 or something. I don't know if that's real. Maybe just someone mocked it up. You never know online these days. But look at that, $5,600. Now it probably cost $2 to make this mass manufacture. Probably my guess, and maybe maybe $15 or so for. I think that's what Richard indicated, something like that, around transport and posters and stuff, maybe. But it is there. It is there. Look at that. You can zoom in on this thing too. Someone's been scratching something on it. But yeah, that's pretty crazy. And that is in New Zealand dollars. That's almost $1,000 in New Zealand. It's almost the price of BNB. But that is it. It's got the little coverage, protector, and the base behind it. So there we go. And someone's bidding $565. Is this supposed to be one of these, you get to buy the first one off the market? It's got this premium to it. I don't know. But anyway, it's pretty fun. 50 bids so far. It's had 50 bids so far. Is that crazy? Let's have a look at the bids. I think it's got a bid line here, and I have to sign on to that. But that is crazy, guys. That is crazy. I can't see anything that's similar to it on the list, but there we go. I'll just refresh, see if we've got anything on there. Is there any more similar ones? No, it doesn't appear to be any similar, but that is it. That's crazy. Isn't that crazy, guys? I'm not. It's crazy. I don't know. This is mind-boggling, really. I got Cap Brewery in the house there. Big shout out and repost the stream as well. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. It was very nice of you. All right, so that's the link there. I'll post the link in the chat there if you guys want to check it out. But it is what it is. It is what it is, and it's just part of the fun, really. I don't know. I can appreciate the fun of it, but who would pay $565 for a $2 object? I'm not sure, but it's a fantastic promotions, and we've seen some cool stuff happening with that. A lot of the naysayers out there. It's been some of the best promotions. I mean, they've been getting hundreds of thousands, probably millions of views, which is fantastic. So it's really working. Everything is working very nicely. Richard Hart, the master marketer there. And of course, all the work team. Let's not forget all the team that's doing all this hard work. I think it's Griffin and was it the van driver? What's his name? Just forgot his name. Of the Bello, is it Bello? I think it is. Yeah, it's they're working hard. All the people delivering, all the people that are volunteering, and for months they're going to be doing that. all the way through December, probably well into next year and beyond. So there's a lot of hard work going in there. So we do appreciate all you guys working at the warehouse, the shipments, the vans, the postage. It is a lot of hard work, and you guys keep crushing out there. I think they're targeting to do something like 30,000 units a day, and of course for 1 million by the end of the year. I think that's what RG3 mentioned in an X Space a couple of days back. So it's fantastic. That's going to have some pretty big impact. Even if you did say maybe 0.5% to 1%, that's a lot of people that could potentially be coming onto PulseChain, right? Even at that run rate, which is pretty awesome. So that is the promotional stuff from Richard, looking pretty good there. And that is going to lead us into the PulseChain markets. So let's get into that. So we've got PulseChain. Of course, PulseChain launched on the 13th of May, 2023. It was a full system state copy of Ethereum on the 10th of May, 2023, and a few days earlier. And we are now 859 days later. 859 days later, can you believe it? The price of Pulse at the moment is at 0.0418. It is down 0.8% right now, 42% of the mean sacrifice price. We got PulseX at the moment is at 0.0272, 2.23% green. So we got a little green baby candle on that. The buy and burn is at 7.75% of all the public supply. So it includes the Origin account that we've got there. And it's pretty good. 7.75%, just slowly burning away that supply. Incentive token at the moment, $1.49, up 2.12%. And we got Hex at the moment is at 9600th of a penny. It is down almost to 1%. Of course, it's been doing pretty well on the most part. eHex, of course, is still climbing with BankX, of course, almost out. Last time I checked, it was about 23 million they had left. And they're pretty much, based on that run rate, they'll be out within a couple of weeks. So, yeah, 3100th of a penny, eHex on a tier. And, of course, closing the gap to PHEX in some degree. It was at the bottom of the range we've talked about in the past, saying that was probably going to have a bounce back as we've seen before as well. Patterns tend to repeat themselves. Combined price of eHex and PX is at 1.27 cents, and we're going to be looking at a deep dive into Hex today. So we're going to be doing that today. So let's go to the validators gas prices. Gas prices 800,000 beats at the moment. We've got 1 cent for a PulseX swap, so pretty cheap to do business on PulseChain. Validators 52,681. It's a big jump actually. Looks like that's jumped about 120 validators, so that's pretty cool. Wonder whether Vouch had anything to do with that, adding a few more. We've got the bridge values at the moment. The bridge is 120.68 million. Woo! Isn't that awesome? That is fantastic. So congratulations, guys. That's how we roll. 120.7 million. That's the first time we've seen it over 120 million for some time. That is incredible. You remember when we were really down in the doldrums on PulseChain? I think we had the bridge value was like 35 to 45, somewhere in that ballpark. And here we are all the way back at 120.7. And I remember a lot of people were pretty depressed back then, which is fair enough, so it's normal. But here we are. We're back, 4x on that, 120 minutes. Isn't that fantastic? So great news there. Obviously, eHex is dragging it all the way up because eHex is on there. It's taken number one spot now as well at $30 million now that we're at 3100th of a penny. So, eHex is pretty powerful on the bridge values. We got ETH down there, DAI down there, USDC and USD Tether. I've got an old snapshot. It's pretty old now, but it is from the 10th of August. So what's that? A month and 8 days. So let's just say 39 days amongst friends. So just under 40 days ago. We had, so around about, let's just say 40 days ago, just as a rounding, we had 6,700 Ethereum. We've now got 6,459. So we've definitely lost some Ethereum, right, over the last 40 days. So maybe about 250 Ethereum. The DAI, though, was 22.8 million. We're at 22.7. So we're down on a DAI right now about 100,000. But eHex at the moment, back then, was worth 18.9 million. It's now worth 30.4. So that's huge. That's huge increase in value on the old eHex. So it's pretty cool. What's that up about? About $11 million on the old eHex. So that's a big change in the last 40 days. $11 million. That's pretty cool. We got USDC was 17.6 million. We're now at 18.5. So that's a big add. So we might have lost a bit on the old ETH and DAI, but we've made a lot on USDC. And we're up about $850,000 on USDC from 40 days ago. USD Tether was 5.2 million 40 days ago. It's now 5.76. So we're up about over $500,000, about 550,000 on USD Tether. Now, we know USDC is being driven quite a bit by our new on-ramps and bridges. Thinking, we've got BankX, I guess Rap now in particular, Liberty Swap, and of course now we've got also Hyperlane, which is just ramping up. So and that's just going to be a really good story to tell in a month and 2 months from now. We are open for business on PulseChain. We've opened for business. We've got all the channels coming in. But in a month's time, it should be very mature, right? Perfect time for the Q4 bull market. And of course, we've also got access to liquidity pools, up to 40 chains on Liberty Swap. Of course, up to 130 chains. Will ramp up on Hyperlane as well. So we are open for business, guys. PulseChain is open for business. Fantastic. Just remember, let's flash back to the 7th of July. So only about 2 months ago or so, we were getting rid of the SEC dark cloud, and now we are free. And I did say it would probably take between 1 and 3 months before we really start to move, and we're kind of on the back end of that now. And now we've got all these on ramps and liquidity access. We've got promotions just ramping up. Things are really starting to pick up. We're getting a few more influencers, doing some more content. One of those, of course, in the chat today is Tam. So things are just slowly waking up, and I think over the next couple of months we're going to see really the PulseChain community really start waking up more and more, getting more active and more out there. So it's great news, guys. Great news indeed. Who else has jumped in the house? Let's send it, says Dog. Absolutely, let's send it. We've got Christine in the house as well. Hey, guys. Exciting times right now. It is exciting. We're really getting ready to rumble here. All right, so that is pretty cool on that. Now, we've got one more thing to look at, which is the treasury. PulseChain, of course, number 5 biggest ETH treasury in the world. So worldwide web. Now, we're up 22%, $137 million. And, of course, we're in the money that much, $137 million. And we're now at 765 million in the value. But, guys, this is going to re-rate real fast. As soon as we start running on the old ETH price, again, it's gonna re-rate so fast, and I see $1 million very, very close. $1 billion very, very close ahead of us. And of course, if we do hit some of these big targets for the end of the year, 15K, if we get Bitcoin 200 to 240K by the end of the year, we could see this, that 15K and 16K Ethereum becomes very, very, very realistic. The bottom end would be about 8K. That's kind of the bottom end there, and 15, 16K is kind of the top end, but probably very, very doable given all the strategic ETH reserve acquisition companies out the moment. And they've got billions of dollars, tens of billions of dollars coming into the market that has not been spent yet. And they've been playing very clever strategies to try and accumulate it as the lowest prices they can. But it's getting to the point where even they will have to pay higher and higher prices in different tranches as we move up. And that means that we're going to get PulseChain SAC. It's going to get pumpity pump. Stock market is basically pumping PulseChain. It is awesome stuff, right? So exciting times ahead for that. And that will all play out as Richard Art's plan with his magical wand, which he's got a little magical wand. You guys don't know that, but it's magic upright wand. We got some good stuff happening. Let's go over to the PulseChain markets right now. So we're at 15.2 million, so still relatively low on the volume. We were enjoying about $18, $19 million for about 4 days in a row. We just dropped recently back down to sort of this mid-teens. We've got 283,000 transactions right now on PulseChain. The top tokens, now, as you guys know, I'm just covering the trending 24 hours on Deck Screener, not endorsing any particular token. We get, some of these tokens that launch every day. Some of them may be a scam token, so you got to do your due diligence. All that good stuff, but we're going to have a quick coverage of all these things. We got Dodgecast there has been around for 14 hours. It's up 3,500% at the moment. It says it's 425K volume on liquidity. Now, I don't know. Some of these may be legit. Some of them may be scams. We did have a scam one yesterday, I think it was, or the day before, in the top leaderboard. So you do have to be careful. I don't want to underestimate that. I haven't had a chance to check any of this. Dodgecast, they've got a website and Twitter. I don't know who set this up, but just take note of that. We've got lots of new tokens. You can't just FOMO into them on these. You just got to be careful there. So just make sure you always do due diligence. There are a couple people online that do a lot of checks of these things. So just find out those resources as well. If you jump into the Discord, we'll let you know what they are. But there we go. Number 2 is Rome token, and I'm going to talk about that in a second. But that's up 18.5%. Now, Rome, of course, is Gladiator Games, which is on the title of the video. Gladiator Games is trending number 1. So we're going to talk about that now and do a deep dive into that. And then we're going to do Hex later on, I think. So yeah, this is the chart for Gladiator Games. It's only warming up from the looks of it. So very, very cool. 000. Market cap still pretty small, 319K. But liquidity 48K and $9,400 of volume. So it looks like a pretty damn good pickup on the old Rome token. As you guys know, Rome is also in the scroll bar below. So if you look at the price scroll bar below the chart there at the bottom, you can see in red just coming around now is Rome token. So that is on our ticker list there, scrolling along. Now, Rome there is at 00032. Chart's looking pretty damn good. It's got some pretty good diamond hands and holding up very, very well. And I think we had some pretty well-known influencers get into this as well. It's getting some good influencer coverage. I think GuGod, Crypto Paradise. I mean, it's just starting to ramp up. So it's nice and early on this one. And the game is fun. I've been playing the game every day. Yeah, I do like gaming. So gaming there, and I was just starting to ramp it up this last. In fact, how long have I been playing? Only about 2-3 days, actually, but I've been playing a lot. Keeping it open and getting all the resources there. Scoop. So don't tell anybody, although I just did. I don't know, trying to keep this private, but you guys, are you guys going to hold that information to yourself? No, it's okay. We got that's the play. So let's have a quick look at some of the cool news around that, and let's scroll down. I think it's down here somewhere. Yeah, huge news here, right? Huge news. So breaking news: Gladiator Games. On PulseChain hits number 1 trending on the world's leading Web3 games data aggregator. So this is where all the games go to list here for the Web3, and Gladiator Games made number 1, and it's exciting. So number 1 trending on the world, and this is good for PulseChain. Obviously, this is exactly what we want, man. We want our protocols to get on these other top third-party sites, and now it is trending number 1. It's fantastic. So you can check it out on Play to Earn. Let's go click that link and check it out. This is on Play to Earn site there, and you can see top 10 game. Look at that. Woo! And it only just got listed yesterday, so it's exciting. And the score, I remember the score started off at 3,030 and is now at 1864. So let's see how high it can climb. It is really starting to trend on here. It's got all the social websites and everything else like that. So that is fantastic news here on Play to Earn. If you go to Play to Earn, this is the website here with all the latest there as well. So look at that. Woohoo! It's awesome stuff, guys. Look at Gladiator Games at number 3 here on trending. So very, very exciting there. Look at that. That's fantastic. So what you want, guys, this is what helps blow PulseChain up one project at a time. And, gaming is really just a new emergence on PulseChain, really. So exciting stuff. Now, we know we've got Mafia out there. It's not quite fully launched. It's been, sort of launching in steps. But until they get the kill game going, it's not fully launched. It could be launching, I don't know, maybe in November. We'll see. October possible for Mafia. We'll see. But at the moment, we've got Gladiator Games out there crushing it, and it's awesome. I've been playing it, like I say, the last 2 or 3 days in particular, a lot. So there we go. Number 3, getting some good kudos there, and let's see how high it can go overall. So that's pretty cool. So good stuff happening there, and that's under games categories too. All right, so that is very, very exciting. And of course, all you have to do to join, you can join the Bell Arena now. You make a player and pick a gladiator type. So that's all you have to do. There are 4 gladiator types. You can got lots of different characters you can choose from. Join the Gladiator Guild. In other words, join the community at Telegram. You can follow the Emperor. In other words, join Gladiator Games on X. Buy some Rome token. There's the link there. And there's different play modes, right? So there's free mode. You can play free. There's live paid mode, which is when you get a wallet and connect up your wallet. Typically, always use a DGM wallet, no matter what protocol it is. And of course, you can play AI battles, so you can get on your character and play AI battles against an AI. You can also do peer-to-peer battles. In other words, fight somebody live, some other real person in the battle arena. And of course, there's tournaments and prizes every weekend. Last week, they gave away something like $650. They're doing something pretty similar this weekend as well. So you are joining in time for the next tournament, tournament number 2, which is coming up. So that's pretty cool. And that's Gladiator Games. So huge there. Now, the cool news was that Play to Earn has got about 78,000 followers on their site, and they've just pushed out Gladiator Games at number 1. So Gladiator Games is getting some really good press there, guys. Look at that, number 1, and focus right in the middle there. You can't do better than that. That's as good as it gets. So fantastic stuff. Not only good for Gladiator Games, but also good for the PulseChain, right? That's exactly how we get PulseChain bigger and bigger, one project at a time. getting out on these big platforms. Fantastic news. So awesome stuff happening now. Now I'm going to share this around. If you guys want to check it out, don't forget to like and share, and hit the repost, leave some comments, and let's help get this even more FOMO. The other thing, of course, is if you're bullish about PulseChain, get in there as well and leave some comments, as I've done here. Get out there and leave some comments. This helps build PulseChain and Gladiator games. It's a win-win across the board, which is pretty cool. So, not bad, right? Not bad. And let's Gladiator games. Let's push that out. Bam. There we are. There's all the information. You guys can access it there. But this is bullish, guys. This is super bullish. There we go. You guys know it. We're covering it. Games are starting to take off on PulseChain. What do we got happening after games take off? Well, we got Giza coming along as well. That's another big gaming protocol. It's going to be another Mafia game. We're going to have 2 Mafia games, guys. That's going to be crazy. And that's coming up as well. So Rome token getting ready to rumble, no doubt, for Gladiator games. And well done to the founder out there as well. Jason doing a great job. All right, so let's get into the next one here, of course. We're going to close out of that. Yeah, if you want to pick up some Rome, I might as well post that there too. Pick up some Rome. We're done, right? Now, there are going to be other games under the Rome token as well, and they also have buy and burning and all the rest of it. So profits from the game, from the tournaments and everything else go to buy and burn the token. So every weekend, I think the first weekend they burnt 0.4% of the supply. Almost 0.5% of the supply in the first weekend was burnt. Who knows what they're going to do this weekend and every other weekend, and that's going to be pretty crazy. All right, so that is Rome token. Rome, pretty cool, and getting some good press there. Next one, of course, is on the ranks is GoPulse. GoPulse at the moment is sitting at 10 cents, so it's back up. I think it was 8.8 cents the other day. It's up 14% today. PUSD the Greys versus PulseX up 9.4%. And of course, we had a big whale, right? Big whale in the old PDC was selling down. I think that candle there. So we had a big seller down, and it's starting to recover a little bit here now as well. The other side of this, of course, is that we've had Vouch launch. Vouch might have taken a little bit of attention for PDC for the short period, but of course, Vouch is corrected in price too. Last time I checked it, we'll check in on Vouch in a minute. So that's PDC the Greys. Period Banana, of course, crushing it out there. Of course, this is what we consider one of our blue chips on PulseChain, the PDC the Greys, the first DAO token. But certainly, facing a little bit of competition and some whale activity there. We've got Old Token Glory been around for 22 hours. I'm not sure if this is one of these. I can't remember what the status of this one is. About 9% there. Token B2B up 8% at the moment. PDC the Greys, of course, in the top 8 or 9 there as well. So there's 3 pairs trading right now. So yeah, potentially a good pickup. Obviously not financial advice. But number 10, we got Time Dividend from Internet Money, and this thing's been on a tear up 6.6%. This thing has been on the rocket. Look at that. Woo, rocket pocket. This has been going up for quite a bit of time. How long has it been going up? Let's see here. So it's been going up for 182 days, so 6 months, and it's up 3.9x in 6 months. So this, Time Dividend is pretty amazing. So you got a wallet, and you get basically a DEX aggregator that pays you if you're holding time in the wallet. So that's pretty successful. And our downloads, I think, is almost hitting towards 100,000. We're not too far away from that. So it's about to crush it. I think that's their target for the end of the year, which is pretty cool. Look at this. Ho, ho, ho. It's not Christmas yet, but Bria is up 5% right now. And of course, Bria there, we had one of the members from Bria in here earlier, Grumpy. Where's Grumpy gone? There's Grumpy up here. There's Grumpy. And good morning from Grumpy. And we got Bria at the moment. Let's have a look here. So Bria is ticking away. I guess consolidating here a little bit. And it's currently at 0003700. And of course, Coinwell is coming up in Q1. Let's see if I get it right on the launch date, 1st of October. We'll see. And we know that Rack and Michelle bridged in a whole ton of money as well to help set that up. And Coinwell and Coinaki. I guess Coinaki are probably pretty similar. Maybe it's at the same time or pretty similar time. We'll see. And of course, Ms. Rack and Michelle there getting appointed to the CEO, which is pretty exciting. So congratulations to her again. And of course, I saw some big art there from Rack and Michelle. So obviously Rack and Michelle wants Bria to be the number 1 meme coin. At least he said that about 6 weeks ago. We'll be going to look out for that. And of course, there's been a change of the guard in the community. And so we're looking forward to where Bria token goes from here. Very excited. Of course, who can't resist that little puppy dog? Hey? Oh, I don't have a sound effect for that, but oh. Okay, enough of that. Let's move on. Let's move on. Damn memes. Damn memes. All right, so that is the old Bria token there. Let's get on to the next one. And of course, SolidX, you guys know, number 14, woohoo, on the rich list, up 5%. And this is about to launch as well. We've got so many themes running right now. We've got gaming. We've got these casinos coming out from Jacob and from Firewhale. SolidX is one of those, of course, with X Game. And we've obviously got Rack and Michelle on the move with Coinwell, a blue chip corporate offering, potentially going to get listed on NASDAQ. And of course, maybe some connections into the White House as well. We're going to keep a lookout for that. But SolidX currently on the move there from Firewell at $9.28. And that is on the move there as well. And of course, the first product that was launched was Solid Trader. And you guys know I had covered Solid Trader. In fact, I've got it pinned up the top here on here right now. So Solid Trader, of course, is already out. Grab Solid Trader Telegram trading bot on PulseChain today. It is super slick, guys, super slick. And of course, full trading sniping interface. So if you want to snipe, it is perfect for that. And exclusive for PulseChain, the fastest, most convenient way to make your trades. Ultra fast trades, no more stuck transactions, one-click buys, multiple wallet setup, limit orders, stop losses, take profits, charting, and protection from scams. It's got it all. And all you have to do is fund the wallet, paste the contract address of the token you want to buy, and click buy. It's that simple. And of course, if you're asleep, you're a bit worried about some token you might be in, then you can set stop losses and take profits. You can do it all. This is pretty cool. Now you can obviously use the link that's in there. I'm going to post this in as well. This is turning out to be pretty successful, and it's slowly creeping up on people. More people are using it because I think they're starting to realize how good it is. So that's Solid Trader. Download that today, and I'll give you the link to that. Now, there's also a 30% referral bonus on it. So if you share it around to your friends and new people in crypto, you get a share of that down to 5 levels too, which is pretty positive. So pick that up. Solid Trader. It's on Telegram. Super easy to use, and it has got so many good features all in one spot there with the limit orders and take profits. Very cool. Sleep without the stress, as they say. How many people go to sleep, they buy something and they go, oh, I'm a bit worried that it might get sold off. They don't set limit orders or anything, but you can do that on Solid Trader. So there we go, Solid Trader. Check it out and download it today and get in there. It's pretty amazing. What else? We got us there. Grumpy says, I'm 1 minute behind the stream, but woof there. Yeah, I might have to get a little doggy sound effect for that. We've got Brian in the house there, one of our community moderators, and of course, former community leader of the Crypto Night Show. Brian, big shout out to you. Woo, great to see you, Brian, in the house there. As always, he's an incredible guy. Yeah. Awesome stuff. Great to see Brian in the house there. Big shout out. Now, if you guys haven't shared the show around, the link is at the top, and I really do appreciate that. And I suggest, any PulseChain influencer or crypto influencer you're following, it's always good to share the stuff around on X and stuff. Really helps out not only the influencers, but also you pump your own bags by bringing in more and more people. And of course, PulseChain, we are getting ready to rock and roll on the old PulseChain. It is going to be absolutely glorious. You just watch. Keep accumulating. That's all we can say. And of course, you can use Solid Trader to do that. It is super special. If you're going to be a top player, that is to play the game. All right, so that is pretty cool from SolidX. But SolidX is coming up with more. They're going to be having SolidX staking launching. They're going to be having X Game launching. Right, so X Game's coming up. We might see that later on in the chart. So that's going to be pretty awesome. And of course, that has had some special change. We're going to look at that. And so you're going to SolidX. SolidX, if you have SolidX staking, if you reach certain limits, a bit like Crypto Paradise with the Surf Token DAO, you will actually get perks. And you might get perks, might be a bank account. For goodness sake, people really like that. Credit cards, guys, coming to PulseChain with SolidX. It is huge. This is going to be multi-chain for X Game, decentralized casino, multi-chain. They're going to have as I understand, the founder of BaseChain himself, which are considering looking a network token, right? So that's out there if you haven't seen that. That could be huge, spreading it out to all of BaseChain, and it's going to be multi-chain. So PulseChain going omni-chain, right? So omni-chain meaning that the SolidX on PulseChain gets all the benefit from all the profits that are made on other chains, and it comes at SolidX. So it's pretty awesome, and stakers get rewarded as well. There's burning and staking. It's awesome. There's so much stuff happening, and we're looking forward to that. So that's pretty cool for SolidX. We'll see how that goes. Now, another one's been on the rise has been Oink, and of course they've got their little treasury that's been on the move, isn't it? The old Oink with Piggy Bank at number 18, up 3.5%. UFO, of course, on the move there as well with PTC. Some people say if you missed PTC, then you can get into UFO, but your PTC's on a discount right now, so maybe you just get into that too, get a bit of both, and you can decide there. I'd highly recommend going watching Prairie Banana. He does the deep dives. He's kind of the crispy man of Hex. He's the kind of the crispy man of PDC, and he does an amazing job out there. Good old Prairie Dog. Prairie Banana, not Prairie Dog. Too much Brea dogs around. But that is pretty cool on the old UFO there. Let's jump over to the next one, of course. PulseX is down at number 21. We talked about that. And Signum tokens down there towards number 25. So we're dominating with the Richard Hart cause all the way down there. Finally, we get to number 29. We got the BBC token from 9inch. We're waiting to see what will Hexy Bastard do. He's come back sort of a little bit in the social media. But what's he going to do? Is he really waiting? I think he's just waiting for the market to really take off, to be honest. Maybe that's October. We're expecting a bullish Q4, right? Up 1.5% right now. Trump Pump Tires is number 30, drop off our top 30 up 1.3%. So we've got 30 coins at the moment that are trending over 1%. So not some big numbers, but still, a decent amount of green candles. But we've only got 4 pairs, or 3 pairs actually, or 3 protocols there that are trending over 10% right now on the default view of trending. And of course, this is the first day that Rome's actually been in the top 100. And of course now is sitting at number 2. So a pretty strong move there from Rome and Gladiator Games actually taking off, and it's only super early. We're talking about the second weekend of tournaments this weekend. So pick up your player, get your cool game assets and start playing. That's all you can do there. Now, moving you down a bit further there, we've got Fitzgerald, which had the big sell-off. It's up 1% today. Where is this chart right now? This has really got obliterated to some degree. It looks like it has found some degree of support here. So let's, what are we going to do there? Put a little rectangle. So it has found some support in this range here at the moment around the half a penny. What I'm pretty sure it had 4 people, only got 3 people now. So sold out there. So that's the one there. Along with BBC, of course, is 9inch. It's sitting at number 32. It's up a little bit green today. But then, of course, X Game there was up really strong. X Game was one of the top performers earlier, but we had someone with a decent bag of X Games sold it down. So that has dropped down to number 33. I think it was in the top 10. That was just earlier, only about an hour or so ago. But X Game there, of course, is going to be the decentralized casino. And that is being sold down there a bit earlier. Now, it is still a green candle today, but I think there was, if we go to the hourly chart here on X Game, yeah, we can see that sell. See that sell there? That was someone with a decent little bag of X Game. I think they've still got a little bit more left, so you may see that try to sell down. Often when they sell down, they leave a little bit left. Hopefully it falls back up again and sell it down again. So there's still a little bit more left in that reasonably large holder for the X Game. But once again, they're out. Once they're out, they're out. And of course, this is about to launch. So, I don't know what they're doing with it, but it's not the right time to get out of X Game because it's about to launch soon. Presumably, we may get a launch for X Game and Solid X by the end of September. So it could be any time at that point. So that is what we've heard from Firewell on X. So it's a public comment. Pretty cool. Now, the one thing we have seen, of course, is what do we got down here? Let's look. We got the comments here. This is now this is a change that happened, right? So this was not here before. It says now official marketing token of X Game on pump tires. So that is the key difference, guys, and that has been added. So this has really lifted the implicit value of X Game token on pump tires. And of course, as we know, I think Firewell's holding about 77%. I think it is. Let's have a quick look and see what he's holding on this. Now, maximum typically on pump tires you can hold 82%. He's holding 77%, at least in the main wallet. Doesn't know. He probably got some other wallet around here as well, and so forth. So yeah, if you want to find out more about that, get into Discord and get into Strategy Club. Links in the video description. Join Strategy Club today. All right, so that is pretty much on X Game. So this is about to launch, guys. It's getting very close, and we could see a massive re-rate on X Game, Solid X, possibly the Firewell token as well, which is another one of pump tires. But that is the play right now. PulseChain, of course, our latest farm that's been launched is that number 36. It's up 0.5% right now. And then we've got a few other tokens just dribbled down here that are all slightly green. And then we've got the rest of them in slightly out of the money, slightly red there, including Unity at $6 now. Sun Mini Meal is down 1%. Pump Tires there down 1%. Teddy Bear from James Maria down 1%. Algo Hex Derivative down 1.25% there. What else is down here? Mafia Game. We talked about that. We got a beginning of a bit of a gaming boom. At least a couple of good titles starting the first wave of gaming, I would argue. And of course, you guys know I've been covering this for 6 years now. I've been covering the launch of PulseChain, all the projects. I was the exclusive large streamer that was covering them. And day after day, we're covering any next launch that happened. And here we are again doing the same thing. And of course, we love it. We love it, right? But there we go. We got Mafia there right now. We got Most Wanted, Rich Hart Meme there, down 1.7%. Let's see what else we got down there. Firewell, this is the other Firewell token. This is the official one. This is the one where he didn't get a lot of the supply. So I think he had 55% of the supply. So that's actually the one held mostly by the public. However, I do think that the X game has now been changed to be the official token of the X game decentralized casino. And of course, we know the first game coming out is going to be a Crash game. We know how popular that is. So if you played, Crash on like Betfury and other crypto casinos that are centralized, then you're going to enjoy the decentralized version here on X game. We've played some of that. It's pretty awesome as well. What else have we got down here on the top 100? For investors down here at $5.84 after having a little bit of a bounce, it's a little bit of takedown. Surf token as well had some big seller. Now Surf is going to be having a big marketing push coming up, so keep a lookout for Surf. Right now is a great entry price. We had a little bit of whale selling in here, or a little bit of bigger selling on this today, but keep a lookout for that because they've got a big marketing ploy coming up. And these guys at Crypto Paradise are the other large streamer in the PulseChain community that does daily shows besides myself. So keep a lookout for them, and they're incredible, the old Crypto Paradise guys. So big shout out, as I always say, to Nate, Nick, and Amaru, crushing it out there. Very, very good job. So keep a lookout for that big marketing push soon on that one. What else we got going? 9MMs down here for the other deck, second biggest decks on PulseChain, down 5.6%. Let's have a quick look at this. We know these will be massively re-rated, as we typically see when the bull market starts on PulseChain. And we really start to see those green candles at the moment. It is being discounted, of course, because just the sentiment where we are. But you could see massive reversals on these. Indeed, these guys keep pushing it out. The big shout out to 9MM. They constantly doing social updates around their protocol. And so big shout out to them. And of course, the NFTs just sold out about 2 weeks ago or so. So on the first major NFT. So pretty awesome there. Currently 1.3 cents, market 1.3 million. So massive, massive discount here on the DEXs. But let's have a look at the volume through that DEX right now. 1.2 million through the DEX of 9MM. That is what we're seeing there. 9-inch at the moment is sitting at 100,000, so back down to where it was. So we'll see what happens there. Uniswap, funny enough, has come into number 3 spot. That's hilarious. Just pipped 9-inch at 111K right now, but PulseX is carrying most of the work there, 13.7 million. And as you guys know, the DEX aggregator Petius is dominating the routing at the moment. But it's fun times indeed. So that's kind of some of the cool stuff there on all these. So kind of cool. We're going to leave it there on the old Uniswap. Now, I just wanted a deep dive. We haven't been onto the Hex sheet for a little while, but we're going to talk about that a little bit with T-shares. As you guys know, I used to cover this every single day, didn't I? Every single day I covered the Hex. But Crispy Man does a great job, and so it's all good. He's an analyst, a deep diver. And so here we are. Now, let's see where we are right now. We've got the PulseChain. So this Hex, the top one's PulseChain. The top one is Ethereum, and the bottom one there is PulseChain. Oh, no, they flipped it around on me. No, the top one is PulseChain, sorry, and the bottom one's Ethereum. They flipped that around, haven't they? All right, so let's have a look at the payout per T-share on here. So 1.55 Hex per T-share. As you guys know, the OA Genesis wallet staked all the Hex because Richard started getting PulseChain ready for the bull market at the beginning of the year, right? So made a number of moves. We've covered that in depth. And now we are here with 1.5. It was about 7.5 before we did that. And now it's at 1.55 Hex per T-share. So what's the difference here? Well, it lowers the amount of inflation going out to the market, the people that are in the protocol. We know the OA has always acted like a regulator. And we always knew this. These moves are always in the play for Hex. And essentially using the OA bags to regulate the yield. Now, what the offset, of course, is that because there's arguably less inflation going to the retail book, whether you're a big, small guppy or a big whale, that gives the chance for that scarcity to play in for when PulseChain gets pumped for the US dollar price for Hex to really rally. And we've kind of seen a little bit of that with the old EHEX recently at the moment. So that's some of the cool plays here right now with the T-share. So pretty crazy. T-share price right now is $411. That's where we are right now at the current price of PX. PX, of course, just under a penny. Let's see. So we're going to scroll along here as well. Let's go into some other stuff here I was going to look at. Let's see here. Circulating supply, of course, after the OA staking is down to 46.8 billion here on the old PulseChain. Total supply is 667 billion, so a pretty big move there. And of course, that's changed the whole gambit, right? The whole gambit there. What else I was going to look at here? The HEX payout still looking pretty good, around 68 million tokens a day. A lot of those going to OA now. What else have we got to say about that? So that's pretty much it. So let's go down to Ethereum, and we can see that the payout over there is also around a 1.56 hex. It's all down from 7.5, and of course the OA scooping up a lot of that inflation reward from mining. And what else we got to say? Let's keep going. We're going to go to liquid supply again. So yeah, liquid supply is higher than on PulseChain, 49, almost 15 billion tokens. And the total supply there, 667, pretty similar number to PulseChain, but the liquid supply is actually a bit higher. A lot of that, of course, is stuck into protocols on PulseChain as well, no doubt. So, and just not moving. So there, we do know that there's still the OA, I think it's the O3 address, is it? Still holding a couple billion hex in there. So it's probably a good 10% of that supply is in the old O3 address. So yeah. That's some of the cool stuff there. What else are we going to say about that? I think that's pretty much it for a HEX. So obviously that gives a chance for the price to really breathe with that address. So yeah, so the old OA address, the O3, still holding at least several billion of those HEX in supply as well. And then of course there's the HEX Godwell out there too, and very exciting. Now we know that out in the future when HEX staking comes out, I think it's 2033, 34, something like that. We have the two big whales, right? So the two big whales out there are the HEX whale, and then of course after that is the Maximus staking thing, which is really underpriced right now. So if you want to get some bullish T-shares, guys, I think Maximus is the one you want to pick up, and if you're willing to hold that for retirement or so forth, Maximus is going to be pretty amazing there. We'll see what the HEX Goldwell does at that time as well. a bit of front run move. So that's some of the cool stuff there. OA's on the move. HEX is getting ready to rumble, and we already saw that on the incentive token rate with the slashing of the inflation rate down to 0.03, and of course that's only 2,600 INC tokens coming out a year, which means basically you're only about 55 million tokens. And so HEX is ready, is prime for moves. Incentive token prime for moves, and of course if the Master Chef contract gets called, adding the DAO, the DAO token for that, we could see some really nice moves there, as well as any third-party protocols that Richard decides to, suddenly launch upon us. Yeah, it's exciting times. PulseChain's getting ready. Might be a year of setup, but we'll get there for the massive run on PulseChain, no doubt. And of course, a lot of weekends out there as well. So those are some of the bullish things happening with the old HEX right now. All right, so the other big news, of course, we had, and I want to get to that. So let's go to some of these things here. Is around chapter 13 of Heartwood Dog. Now we're talking about gaming, we're talking about casinos, right? Which is important. These are all huge value adds for PulseChain. They add so much utility on top of the PulseChain blockchain. But we've also got Heartwood Dog out there, the anime series, the hit anime series. Which is just incredible. So big shout out to Heartwood Dog, guys. And this is really causing a wave here. I kind of see it very synonymous with PulseChain itself. It's going to be with us through the whole bull market and bear market. We're expecting over 100 chapters of this anime series. It really is a professional job by Heartwood Dog. So big shout out to you guys. Let's send it. He says absolutely. And chapter 13 is out today. The rematch between Hog, which is the main character of the Pulse of the Fallen anime series on PulseChain, and Conor McGregor, of course, part one. So after suffering a brutal defeat at the hands of Conor McGregor, Hog was forced to make drastic changes. And of course, we saw in chapter 11, 12, the fights and the training to get back for the revenge match there. He entered the legendary room of spirit and time, training for an entire year under the guidance of none other than Israel Adesanya. And of course, while on only a single day passed on the outside world, so a bit of a time trip there. It was a baptism of fire and blood. Hog has emerged transformed, but will the new Hog have what it takes to turn the tide and claim the belt? And of course, part 2 is going to drop tomorrow. So put chapter 13, chapter 14 out one day after another. And of course, if you scroll here, you can actually see the fight being set up here in the actual video. So it's actually quite a long chapter. I think it's going to be about 6 minutes or so, which is fantastic on there for the there. And as you guys know, I am trapped. I am trapped in this thing. I've been trapped in there for about 2 months. I've been trapped in there for 2 months. Look at it. It's horrific. Look at me. I'm bloodied and tied up and chained in this anime series, which is pretty hilarious. So yeah, there's lots of your favorite community influencers on here on X and places. There's lots of your influencers on YouTube and other people in this thing. There's lots of just regular Joes out there, as well as project teams have got characters in this as well for some of your popular project teams. There's celebrities like Conor McGregor in there. Really has got a bit of everything for everybody. It's got voiceovers from some of the influencers out there as well. They actually do their own voiceovers. It's got professional voiceovers from Japan, artists from South America. I mean, this thing is a true global collaboration and really is synonymous with PulseChain. So pretty crazy there. But besides my character hopefully getting it rescued, there's so much. There's a big fight in here. We're going to see how Hog gets on with that training. So I'm not going to play the video here, but you guys can watch it. So I'm going to share it, and we might play this tomorrow. We might play this tomorrow with part 1 and part 2. But that is Hog, and that's chapter 13, the first part of this rematch. What the heck is going to happen? I'm sure there's going to be some dramatic twists and turns. Some other characters in here. That's just the way it goes with the Heart of the Fallen. Heart of Dog and Pulse of the Fallen anime series. It is pretty awesome. So we know we're getting really the whole PulseChain community is getting really enriched by all the creativity from all the people. It's pretty awesome with the old Heart with Dog. So fantastic stuff there. Very exciting. So you check it all out. But it is pretty cool. I'm going to put the comment on there, but you can see some of the anime there with the rematch fight and play. Pretty crazy there. So we'll see where it happens at the end. I don't want to play too much. You check it out. Watch the whole thing. It is awesome. And don't forget to repost it and give it some hearts and leave some comments to show some big support for Hog. And, of course, Heart with Dog doing amazing stuff there. It is awesome stuff there. So awesome, going good. Now, the other thing, of course, we've had out just the last couple of days, of course, from last week, is the Monster Thread, week number 19. Can you believe it? It is crazy. There's so much stuff happening. And this was put out a couple of days ago based on last week's updates, week number 19. And, of course, every week it just gets better and better. More people, more activity, more DeFi, GameFi. It's got everything in this. And that's got, what's really cool. We had Richard Hart stuff in here about him leading the promotions, getting excited about Hex going to 10,000X again, like implied. That was pretty awesome. Everyone loved that post. Like, man, look, his post is pretty glorious. They yelled scam at Hex at 10,000X. I wonder if they'll do it again, which is pretty awesome. So good stuff happening there. We got lots of other stuff. Simon there, Ivan on Tech, kind of trolling the PulseChain community. We know he loves us. We know he loves the PulseChain. He knows that the PulseChain sack's important, but he gives it a good rally. He gives it a good go. He knows the engagement from PulseChain is so awesome. That's probably why. So that's the play there. We got Bitcoin Magazine, of course, with Paul Atkins there talking about this is our time in crypto from the SEC chair. Now, it's just crazy, guys. How the world has turned so quickly. It is so awesome. Devices made, of course, making waves. Everyone talking about the devices. We're getting hundreds, millions of views on the devices going out already. And it's just the beginning. Millions and millions, tens of millions, hundreds of millions, probably billions of views are coming with the promotional device, let alone the impact with people receiving it and checking out PulseChain. So pretty awesome. Whitney Magic out there, of course. The ladies on PulseChain have been incredible. In fact, to be honest, I'm just going to say it out loud. They're kind of leaving the guys a little bit behind, the women of the PulseChain. So big shout out to you guys. It is pretty crazy. And you'll see, actually, the Monster Thread, it has quite a lot of coverage where the ladies are leading the show here, and they continue on. So big shout out to them. Fantastic. And you can see Whitney right at the front there, sitting down there with all the ladies there at the Wealth Conference. So pretty awesome. So that's pretty neat. With that, we've got Hex Scout Hyperlane, of course. I said to you earlier, we've got so many bridges now. Within a few months' time, there'll be really very little to stop people coming in and off PulseChain. It's going to be so good. We're going to have up to 130 chains accessible. That means not only does it easy to come on and off PulseChain, but also access to all the liquidity on all those other chains. That is really mind-bending when you think about it, and a good start so far. So really, really excited about Hyperlane, of course, Liberty Swap, Ramp now, BankX potentially, and all the other chains. We've got about 20, and I've got a cool chart of those, of course, that I've shown around before, which is pretty amazing. Crypto Paradise course out there every day. Another one of the, as I said earlier, big KOLs are doing daily shows on PulseChain. We've got obviously the mail campaigns ramping up. RG3 shared about some of the numbers they're looking forward to, 1 million by the end of the year. Pretty huge logistics exercise, and that's going really good there. Liberty Swap course enhancing as well, doing gasless swaps. I mean, that's really, really neat coming out. And we've got out in the Asian community, they're doing some amazing there. A big viral video on bridging to PulseChain with Liberty Swap and OKX wallet. And of course, that's a really top tier video. Reminds me of like Hodl Dog and Cryptographic, some of those sort of high quality tutorials that they do. Pretty awesome there. Now, of course, Vouch, of course, has been on the tier, has been one of the top performers on PulseChain, and that has reached number one with the number of validators, about 4,000 validators. So, you know, really, really strong project there. And of course, Jexa there bringing out some magic with that one. Pulse Coin list, of course, with Pulse Domains, Pulse Send. Some of these utilities are climbing through the ranks, and maybe people are sleeping on them, but I see they're getting bigger and bigger growth numbers every day. So Pulse Domains, Pulse Send, things like that, really starting to ramp up there with Pulse Coin list. Awesome. And of course, best crypto opportunity there. We've got a lot of influencers doing some really good content around how good PulseChain is, how good Hex is, things like that. So it is exciting there. Crypto Ewok there hosting a good stream with Crypto of Creed and Broke Boy Crypto. So some cool stuff happening. And then, of course, Crypto Berry Banana from PDC The Grays. And, of course, Crypto Stylist there doing a great stream together as well. Very informative one. And then, of course, Coinwell is coming, guys. The whales are on the move. And, of course, we're looking forward to that Q4 launch. It's going to be multi-chain. But, of course, it'll be pretty heavily anchored, I think, at the beginning with PulseChain community support. And, of course, Ms. Rochelle, they're getting appointed CEO of Coin Division. Pretty outstanding. And that's exciting, too. There were a lot of honorable mentions in the Monster thread. There was Mo Mindset doing his awesome artwork. And, of course, out at event, probably every weekend is out doing an event somewhere in Scotland or somewhere about there, pushing PulseChain with rich art pictures and things like that. We had Real Immortal, of course, sharing PulseChain long-term bullish. We had RH Max there holding another debate with Reinvent Ideal. Thailand Hex, of course, celebrated the 61-year-old birthday, so big shout-out again. And then, of course, Tam Tam, who was in the space earlier here on the live stream, did X-Space, why are assets superior in security, and of course has done other series on the X-Spaces as well, and getting a lot of attention, which is fantastic there. So some really good stuff. And of course, the Monster thread has some of the hottest projects launching on PulseChain. These are showcased, and they are incredible. Look at this, man. This is Janus Tower, 28 vertical LP web, not a horizontal LP web, but a vertical LP web. I mean, this is the innovation on PulseChain, and this is from the dude launching Janus Towers, and man, it is amazing there. It is crazy. Look at this thing. This is the tokenomics that's getting launched on PulseChain, a vertical LP web with taxation at different levels as well. It is amazing. And the price chart on 28 last time I looked at it was pretty impressive. So, all this cool stuff is happening on PulseChain. It is pretty awesome there. Look at that chart that happened there. I'm not sure what it is at the moment, but that's the top tier. That's the top tower level, number 28. And they're all different tokens. Every level is a token, and they've all got this, impact there, leverage impact. Pretty amazing stuff coming from the dude. So a big shout out to them. I did an interview with him on that as well, so you can check that out. The other one, of course, we talked about Gladiator Games. Man, already number one trending on the top world Web3 gaming site, and only in the first 24 hours. Insane, guys. PulseChain is really starting to move, and it takes everybody, right? Everybody doing their thing and pushing it out, getting promotions and all that sort of stuff is really getting an amazing job there. And of course, weekly tournaments on PulseChain now, where you can earn playing a game. You can earn money playing a game. You can also earn money in the tournaments. I mean, this thing, there's so many ways of earning money there. It is fantastic there. Awesome stuff. And look at the artworks, like next level, right? Next level stuff going on with that. So we've got cool stuff happening there too. Radon, of course, out there on Nexian farms. And, of course, Nexian's about to launch a Nexian Glow with 10x leverage on multiple protocols. We are pushing the frontiers of DeFi. And, of course, Radon, they're offering some pretty high yields with Radon and BDI stablecoin as well. So pretty crazy there. We just talked about Hog earlier as well. Season finale is out now, chapter 13 and 14, which is pretty awesome. And we also got some big influencers in there as well with some pretty crazy people. So it's pretty awesome stuff happening there. And, of course, as well as RhinoFi pushing DeFi as well with the tokenomics, with the recharging treasury. So we've got a bit of everything for everybody. And, of course, that 28-day charging cycle is working like a charm, really pushing some cool tokenomics. It is pretty awesome. And they've got some cool videos there with Ali Kane, along with the two founders there, Dark RhinoFi and Jolly Roger, with his little rhino hat there. I think that's pretty cute hat there. And then finally, of course, the other daily large show that's doing daily shows is Crypto Paradise, and that Surf Token. They're about to ramp up that marketing. So we're looking forward to that. And their big DAO, right? Their big DAO is getting ready to rumble. And these guys are making mad gains and making mad calls in crypto. So big shout out to Armory Nate and Crypto Hitman there with their daily show. So you'll definitely check out their alpha. It drops. So fantastic. So that is the Monster Thread number 19. And you guys know a week goes around pretty fast because, next Monday, what is it? It's Monster Thread number 20, guys. So a big shout out to MBS Crypto, the editor-in-chief of the Monster Thread. And this is a publication, of course, from the Crypto Night Show and just one of the many things that we do every day of the week. So it's pretty exciting. We do it every day of the week, once a week. It's pretty fun. All right, so I got to rug pull myself before I get thrown off the show. But that is where we are right now. So big shout out to the community. It's all about you guys, and it's a privilege to be involved in getting all the goodness out, squeezing all the goodness out of the community every single week, showcasing all the awesome stuff that's happening. So, really cool. All right, and you guys never know, right? You guys never know. We may hear from Richard Hart some stage, right? Might hear from Richard Hart anytime now. We had the interest rate cut. Could happen at any time, and he might just knock on the door and, head us up. So, whoa, what's that? What? Who's that?
You could get a God candle at any moment. You could get a giant green candle at any moment because it's easier to get them because it takes less economic energy because there's less of it for sale.
I really like that guy. I like what he says. No. So, yeah, Richard Hart's leading the way with promotions. Who knows? We might get a God mode candle at any time. We know that Richard Hart monitors interest rate cuts. It could happen, guys. It could happen. Well, I hope you guys have enjoyed the show. We've packed it full of goodies, right? We have packed the show full of goodies today. I told you it was going to be legendary, and it was. It's been amazing. We got so much happening. So let's just quickly run through some of these themes. We got gaming boom is starting on PulseChain. Gladiator Games has really hit the ground running. The Rome token is soaring. We're getting huge kudos on the big gaming platforms. I mean, come on. That's fantastic. We've got a gaming boom coming. Mafia game probably pretty close to the final full launch with Mafia Killing. We got the good old Giza coming out with their own version of a Mafia game. That's got to be pretty close coming up in Q4. So gaming is really starting to take off. We've got these decentralized casinos about to be launching with X Game and Solid X, along with from Firewell and along with Jacob and On-Chain Bet. Probably going to be launching October at this stage. With the final claiming in September. It is getting really rumble on the decentralized casinos. These are large multi-chain decentralized casinos with new technology. It is pretty exciting, fantastic graphics. So that is coming. So that's our second big theme, the decentralized casinos. We've got corporate quality protocols launching with Coinwell, potentially listable on the NASDAQ, potentially linked into the White House. We shall see how big it will grow. How deep does the rabbit hole go? I don't know. But it's going to be pretty awesome there from Rack and Michelle and Miss Rack and Michelle as the CEO. So we've got that mega theme coming. We've got promotions from Richard Hart getting out there, starting to getting a little bit of steam with some virality as well on social media. And we saw, obviously, the massive, crazy bidding over $550 or whatever it was on the first listed object, as they say, for the promo tab. And maybe 1 million of those by the end of the year. Crazy stuff, guys. Promotions are starting. We've had the foundation set for PulseChain Pumpermentals and interest rate cuts today. It's exciting where we're heading, guys. It's exciting where we're heading. And we've got many other protocol launches. Recently, we just had Pulse Beat Miner there from Cult DeFi launch. So with some interesting game, we've got True DeFi coming up with a kind of a similar category launch there as well. So we've got lots of other these launches coming too. It's going to be fun times, guys. So yeah, exciting stuff. Really, really cool. We've got a few more influencers out there like Tam Tam doing some good streams and X Spaces. It is really starting to rumble here, and we're excited. Hope you're excited too. All right, I'll catch you again tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. You know how it rolls, daily shows, 8 p.m. Eastern, and who knows what I'll have. I might have a special guest coming up this week. So you've got to keep looking out for that. It's going to be pretty cool. And until then, I'll see you guys tomorrow's show. Don't forget, keep scooping up the good old Richard Hart core coins, and of course, pick up some of the other ones that you might like as well. Always do your due diligence, of course. And I hope you've enjoyed the coverage today. I think we got some final comment in the chat there. Bang, 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 Pulse Gang from Frank White. Hey, I mean, that makes you want to bring up Pulse. He's got a site called Pulse Start. You definitely got to check out Frank White and get onto that. The whole PulseChain ecosystem is listed there. All right, we've got a lot of people watching right now, so I really appreciate it. Don't forget to smash the subscribe button, smash the follow button, and I'll catch you all guys tomorrow for the next show, 8 p.m. Eastern daily. And we're enjoying it. PulseChain for the win, as we say. And big shout out to Richard Hart out there. Keep up the great work. Okay, bye for now. Take care.